Hello there YouTube, I'm Dean the Vaping Biker and it's time for another Sunday vlog. So I'm going to try and keep this one nice and quick today. I know I say that all the time, but I'm really going to try and do that this week because to be honest, I'm knackered. I just want to go and chill out. I've just put a bunch of stuff up for sale and various bits and bobs, and I know I just want to chill out on the sofa and watch crap on TV for the rest of the night. Hey, guess what? I haven't turned my volume off on my phone. Right, let's get to it then, shall we? So this week's been a busy one. This week has been a busy one. What have we done? We did the Aspire Plato review, which was a shame because I think I may have boxed it all up already, ready for it to go on to somebody else. Yeah, that was a shame that I never got the sub-ohm coils for that one. And it was entirely reasonable, but they did miss a trick by not being able to use Cleto coils in it, in my opinion. And that's, you know, quite a severe issue with that one when it comes to the cost of the replacement sub-ohm coils. Now, I imagine they were kind of aiming for that to be, excuse me, bit of windy pops. I imagine they were aiming for it to be more like a mouth to lung or a kind of a new starter, or not a new start, but you know, an early vapor kind of thing that mouth to lungers or kind of restricted airflow people would really enjoy straight off the bat. And it was very, very close, but for me, it just didn't tick all the boxes when I got it, which is a shame. And I would have liked to have tried the sub-ohm coil, but I didn't have that opportunity. So that review was in itself, you know, one of them things, wasn't it? We did the Vape It Gently video. My word. You see, that was one of those things where I was in a crappy mood and I didn't know really what to do with myself, and the wife said, just go and do something that makes you giggle. And then, yeah, me singing on camera was exactly that. And and it gave me the opportunity to kind of learn a little bit more with editing with the iMovie package that I use, as well as kind of, you know, making it sort of sound half decent with when it comes to using GarageBand on the Mac as well. So there was a whole bunch of things that I kind of learned from it. So it made me happy that I learned from it, and it just made me giggle. I thought it was fun. So I apologise if you were deeply offended by my vocal talents. I was going to post it just on the Ideal Home Show page and my Vaping Biker Facebook page, but in the end, I thought, fuck it, let's stick it out for the world to take the piss. And just there's been a lot of really nice people, that have said really nice things. So thank you very much for that. That's kind of was super sweet to be able to read all that, and it certainly did make me feel a little bit happier and more cheery with the world. So that was awesome. We've also done a review for the 40mm Mason RDA, which is a beast, and I still maintain that, you know, loads of people were writing, oh, it's too fucking big, and yeah, it is huge, and I said it in the review, it's huge and it's excessive and it's daft, but it's fucking ace. I really enjoy it, and it's really good fun. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to move that on soon. You know, we need more stuff to review, so I've got to buy more gear. So you know, I just enjoy it, and it makes me giggle, and doing ridiculous builds in it just is a hoot. So yeah, I was really enjoying that one. Then we did the Serpent Mini review, and you know, I'm not entirely sure if I didn't explain myself very well on here. Essentially, when I was doing the build, I showed that you can either lay your coil down directly if you've coiled it anti-clockwise, you can lay it down and the legs all fit, or if you do it the other way, if you coil clockwise, then you just have to make sure that your legs are in the right position. Misses. And you're laughing. And then the other issue is obviously you don't need those wires to be sticking out of the sides. And a lot of people have commented saying, "Oh, that's an absolute bastard to build. That is, oh no." Well, no, it really, really isn't. It's super simple to build. It's dead easy to wick. The only thing is you have to be wary of using thin wire, and you have to ensure that you cut off the wires directly, sort of at the side of the deck there. Otherwise, there is that shorting potential. And with just those two things in mind, it's fine and dandy, you know. I mean, every tank is a pain in the arse, either for wicking or coiling or something, you know. Very, 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 very few of them are absolutely perfect. And I don't need you to all say, oh no, Dean, but I've got one of these and it's amazing. Well, that's brilliant. Good for you. In my experience, walk in all seriousness, good for you. No, but I'm pleased that if you've got something that works with the way you do things, that's fantastic. For me personally, tanks are tanks, you know. It's one of those things. But happily, I think we've come to the end of the tank reviews in their kind of simplicity, if you like. We've got a couple of tanks that are attached to things or have come in with kits, but the focus on the reviews is generally going to be around the mods if there's a tank coming with a mod. Now then, that's what's been happening, but it's been a hell of a week. It's been great fun, and yeah. So thank you very much to all my new subscribers. There's a whole bunch of you that have come over. I don't know whether you've come over since me having a shout on Grimm's London vlog. That may have happened. There seemed to be quite a bunch of you come over after he released that one, but just things are going really, really well. So I'm really, really pleased and really, really thankful and very humbled as well. We're knocking on the door of 10,000 now, so I think I really need to get this a charity raffle together again, so we can try and raise some money for some good causes and get some prizes out to people as well. So I'm going to see what we can do on that one. I'm going to give a bunch of stuff away. I've got some doubles of things already. I've got a Coolfire 4TC 100 watt, which is coming up for review, but I've got a black one of those. That kit is going to be in the raffle. I've got a Serpent Mini. I think I've got a Conqueror. I've got a few bits and bobs that I will be sticking in stuff, and I'm going to find what I can for you guys over the next week. So hopefully next Sunday's vlog is oh, hang on, no, easy. I may have to do the vlog on Saturday next week. It's my birthday on Sunday. Yay! 42 years old. 42 years old. I'm so old. It's a bloody nightmare, I tell you. Yes, so yeah, so that's on the 1st of May. So I may not do a vlog on Sunday. It might happen on the Saturday or the Monday. It could go either way. It depends on how much drinking is done over that weekend. But I'm going to try and get through. As always, I do try and get through as many videos in the week as I can. But yeah, this week I'm going to try and push a few more, because I may take a few days off next week, as in the week after my birthday, just because. But yeah, I'm going to try and do a charity raffle. My light just decided to have bits fall off it. My light just I said my light just went. I've got grease-proof paper and kitchen roll on my my studio lights as diffusers, because I haven't been able to get any kind of the diffuser things, you know, the things that you stick over the lights. So yeah, and things kind of move a little bit. But yes, so charity raffle, next vlog, hopefully, fingers crossed. So thanks once again for anyone that has come on board recently. You're all awesome, and thank you very much. Now then, what is coming up? What's come in? What's come in for review? Let's have a look. We have got from Lost Vape. Now, let me think about what I'm going to say here. Oh, hang on. I'm going to have to pause this, because there's one item that I haven't put on my desk. It's on my charger. I'll be right back. Oh, look at that. Look, that was almost seamless, wasn't it? Right. Prepared. Things that have come in this week. Going back to that. Oh, look. It's my DNA 200 Squonker. Excuse me, that was gross. DNA 200 Squonker from Lost Vape. Thanks to Lost Vape and Vape Geek in the UK. And you can see these, and I don't know if they're pre-ordering them yet, but you will be able to get these available soon. This is I think this is going to be a custom colour that they did just for me, just because I think it looks cool as fuck. But yes, this is a DNA 200 900 mAh Squonker, which I am loving at the moment. We're on a cheeky little 77.7 watts on the velocity dual coil, obviously. So nice, so nice. Now I've got in here today, I do actually have the last bit of custard drop from that Grey Hayes sent me a little while ago, and it's a lot thinner than I remembered, but there we go, it is. But I am loving this. I am loving this. When let's pop it in for a comparison to something, shall we? So the Duo, if you've watched my review on this, you know that I love this. This is a cracking little box mod. You can see that it is a tad thinner than the Duo. Just a hint, and people are wandering around outside. And when it comes to the height and width, we are looking just a touch wider. There we go, just a hint wider, but it is a tad shorter than the Duo. So it's a little bit smaller in the hand. It's a little bit more delicate, but it is just a smidgy bit wider. And I've just been loving it. I think it's absolutely awesome. For the size, I think it's great. It's comfortable. The 900 mAh battery may put some people off, but I've been okay with it, to be honest with you. I just like it. I like it a lot. And it's a DNA 200 Squonker. If you've been watching the channel, you'll know that I was talking about one quite a while. This is it! So yeah, so I'm all over it. So both myself and Mr. Todd have been sent one of these, which I'm certainly loving. They also sent me, they're calling that the Halcyon, by the way, the Halcyon for this little box mod here. Ever so slightly different to the things like the other eFusion products, in as much as the buttons aren't flush and the faceplate is kind of added on. And I think they've probably done that just from a space perspective. But yeah, and it's a very slight sort of twinge or a little bit of a difference to the other eFusion range. Look at that, look. So yeah, so that's my look. I took a picture of this up trees and stuff the other day. I've never done that with the mod before. You'll see it on my Instagram. Now then, they've also got this, which is the Triade, which is obviously you've got an inspired by the rouleau side of things. This is a DNA 200, and it's a little bit shorter than the rouleau, I believe. You do have this kind of mounting plate on the top, which gives it a little bit of extra height. The width on the top of this, I've had a few people ask me after seeing pictures on Instagram and so on, because we have this kind of ring here. The width of that outer ring is around about the 25mm mark, I believe. So, you know, you can get a 24mm RDA on there comfortably and happily, although at the minute I've got a cheeky little 22mm on there at the moment, which is another pre-production affair from those cheeky Lost Vape people. And I'm just going to pop some juice on here. Been rationing myself with the gluttony, you know, this I know, fat bloke gluttony. This DB Liquids gluttony, you can see that that's just about gone now. But yeah, after my monstrous cock up last week of thinking it tasted of something, it didn't. I've just been rationing myself because I really like it. I've really got a taste for it at the moment. And that's a cheeky 66.6 watts with the airflow pretty much closed off. This is an airy little RDA. This really is, but it's quite enjoyable. Look at that, look. Lovely, lovely. What else have we been going, or what else has come in that I want to tell you guys about? Last week I mentioned about the X1 atomizers, which will be coming up this week. I've still been rocking the copper 24mm X1 that Evolution Vaping sent me these, where I'm buying these off them. And these I'm a big fan of. They're very, very loud atomizers, but they're very loud. Now, this one is sitting, this is a 30mm, and it's sitting on top of the Presser 100 watt TC, is it? Or just 100 watt? Let's have a little look. TC 100 watt. And this is the first Presser that I've had. Now, these have been quite popular with the lower wattage ones, which I think are a wee bit smaller. But I'm actually really, really pleased with it. It's a nice feel in the hand. This is a 26650 job. GearBest sent this one on for me to review. There's a 26650 in there. Not the best 26650, but as in the battery, but there we go. But the very fact that this whole section is the button means that there's no fiddling and fannying around. You just squeeze your hand together and away you go. Now on here I've got a stainless spaced build going on here, and it's at 77.7 at 410 Fahrenheit. Cloudy as you like, and that's with the airflow pretty much, you know, over halfway closed. With that airflow fully open, it's a beast. It really is. And this is not a cloud build that I've put in here, so let me get my Amazon box for a bit of a wafting. But no, I think this is these are great little atomizers. Like I say, if you can cope with them being a bit on the louder side, for a simple looking little beast that looks pretty swish. If you don't mind the extra air or the air sort of sound, then I'm a big fan of them. The review of these is gonna I've made myself choke now. Excuse me. The review of these hopefully will be this week as well. As well as those, the Presser, like I say, I'm enjoying that. That's going to be another, that won't be this coming week, that'll be the week after, hopefully. I have got the wife's stolen off me, my Supremo Spade mod with the that's currently rocking the Moonshot on top of that. So that is got, I was hoping to review that this past week, but I didn't get round to it. So that will be coming up in the new week. What I've been experimenting with on there, if you go to steamengine.com, is it? steam-engine.com. Let's have a little look. What I've been experimenting with on there, steam-engine.org. There we go. What I've been playing with is the wire wizard. So I've been getting the values for temp control on things like Claptons and all that sort of good stuff, and been using that on the Moonshot Spade. Now the Moonshot Spade is a single 18650 70 watt little affair which I've shown you before. It's got kind of like a blue and black kind of crocodile-y, lizardy skin sort of look to it, all shiny, and it's a cracking little mod, and I will be reviewing that in this coming week. But I've been having great fun with trying different builds on it, and putting these TCR values in with Claptons and stuff rather than just regular wire, and it's been having some pretty good results, I've got to say. So that's on the Wire Wizard section of Steam Engine if you wanted to play around with that. Now, what else did I say about the V-Parks? I don't know if I did, so I'm going to say it again because I don't think I did. Now, these are two mods that were sent to me. Now, these aren't new. These aren't new to the market, but V-Park sent these on, and I'm really, really pleased they did. This one's a 70 watt, this one's 150 watt. Now the problem with this one is the button's a little bit buggered. So I've told them about that, and they're sending another one of these out so I can do this review. But the great thing about this is it's ridiculous ridiculously simple. It's so easy. The screen on it is nice and straightforward. Let me show you this. I'm not going to spend too much time on it purely because I can't remember for the life of me if I told you about it last time. I don't think I had it, but you know, it's probably best just to quickly run over it in case I didn't. But that screen is just super easy. It's very reminiscent of the Evix or the Evic Mini. But you see up here, you've got the wattage, Fahrenheit, off and on. So all you do is you select the one you want. So in this instance, if I choose the wattage, now on the screen you'll see where it's got watt. It's got a little screen on it, a little square on it rather. And so if I want to change that, all I do is move this little wheel to where I want that, and that's changed. If I want to change the temperature, move the selector wheel at the top there to Fahrenheit, and then that changes the temperature there. Now that does also do Celsius as well, but you control it in the same way, and then the fire button is in the middle, and that's it. It's just so super easy. It's redonkulous. And that sort of thing I'm a big fan of. I like the idea of having something really easy and simple to use. Now this is kind of pretty wide. It's quite a chunky wide bit of kit, but it is also 150 watts. I've had no issues with thinking that this is underpowered, but there is going to be a little bit more testing going on with this. The 70 watt one, like I say, unfortunately, even though it's a lot smaller, I'd love to be using this at the moment, but the button is sticking. It's kind of okay in the off position, but in the on position, it doesn't really work. So unless you kind of just put pressure on the whole thing, which isn't right. So I will go over that in the review. I'm not trying to hide that at all. I want to be obvious with you, but I also want to give a company a chance to fix a problem if there is anything wrong. And then I can tell you all about it when we do the review, see? But yeah, as far as just a straightforward, simple mod goes, I'm all over that. I like simple. On top of this, also arrived is the Shuriken RDA from Cthulhu Mods. And this has been an interesting little one. There's certainly an interesting idea when it comes to airflow, which I'll expand on in the review. It is pretty airy. I've got it kind of shut down at the moment. Let me have a little look here. Yeah, I'll turn that up, 66.6. It's not a bad RDA at all, but but we have got, let me just show you the deck on there. We've got the kind of clamps on the top, which people are going to look at and think of the Goon, I imagine. But I believe, according to the designer of this, he came up with a design in around about September last year, and before the Goon was a thing. So you know, that's a thing. So I've been working on this one, and I've got a fair bunch more builds to put in here before I can give you an honest review. I've got that's just a 22 gauge, I think, build in there, which is just keeping everything nice and simple. But I need to put some different wire types and all that sort of good jazz on there, as you would expect. But first impressions, not bad. The drip tip feels a little bit sort of thin and cheap. It's not a thick, heavy, you know, densely made RDA, but also it's quite a cheap RDA as well. And you know, I will give you my thoughts on that properly once I've had a chance to really get stuck into it properly and do a bunch of builds on there. On top of that, now then, here we have, you'll see a few of the reviewers have had the reviews up of this. Now this is the, let me just take this Vapor Giant out of here. This is the Night V1 from Smoant. Which is a little side-by-side affair. It's reminiscent of is it the Evo stick and various others. I did do a review of the Envy 22, which is on the top shelf, which is kind of up there. There it is. recently, and this kind of works in a similar kind of way. You've got a side by side, but you do have a much lower firing button here. Now they did send me a the tank that comes with that is this little puppy. Now it looks kind of quite sexy when it's in there. Let me give you a visual on it. This is called a Talos, and it looks quite a funky little setup with there. However, this tank is not going to get reviewed. This is not going to be included in the review, other than just letting you know that I've got it. And the reason for this is I'll show you. If I unscrew this top cap and see if you can see, I don't know whether this is going to come across very well on camera or not, but the state of that is, it's kind of like a mixture of being dirty and manky, and it's really fucking horrible. I haven't received a product in that kind of state for a long time, and so because of that, no, I was half tempted to have a bit of an issue that when I had everything sent to me, it wasn't actually sent in retail packaging either. So what had happened, I think, is they'd asked me if I wanted to review it some time ago. I said, yeah, go on then. And then they didn't send it out. And I know a few of my reviewer chums had them, and they'd had all those. And last Saturday, I emailed them and went, look, you haven't sent it out, so don't bother. It's, it's too late now. I'm not fussed, so you can keep it. And then they sent it out from China on the Monday morning, and it got to me on Tuesday via DHL, which is just crazy sharp. Now, because of all of that fanning around, I was kind of thinking, well, yeah. Then because the tank, do I review it? Do I not? Oh, I don't know. But I started using it, and I actually really like this little mod. Super heavy, single 18650. The screen on it is nice and clear. It's vaguely reminiscent of the sort of the small screen DNA 40s, like so. It's actually a really kind of funky, comfortable mod. It's obviously you're firing it with different fingers to your finger or thumb firing, but I've actually been quite enjoying it, and because it's heavy, I like my heavy mods. Yeah. And I've been having a good time with this. So battery change is super easy. Underneath this kind of rubber top here, you can pull that off, and you've got a little, how's your father there, which has your venting on it and everything else. But you can unscrew it just with this rubber piece, or you can take it off and unscrew it with the little thingy to take your battery out. But you can charge it with the battery in, obviously. Now I need to find out a whole bunch more information on this one before I kind of go into any more with it. But thus far, it's produced exactly what I would expect and exactly what I'd hope. Vapor Giant Mini's not quite a tank, is it? But no, so all in, it's and it is thin. It is thin. I mean, if I put a bottle of Wick Liquor next to it, you can see that it's that gives you a little bit of a perspective. And this is a 30ml bottle, I think. So that gives you a perspective when it comes to sizes, and on the phone there as well. Oh, there's a Plume sticker. So it's pretty small little bad boy, and I've been enjoying using it. What else? We've got the Masons. I know I've talked about the Mason RDAs. So I've done the 40mm already. We've got the 24 and the 30 to come. That should be this coming week. They may be in the same review, those two, because the 40 I wanted to do by itself just because of how bonkers it is. But the 24 and the 30 may be in the same review. Now, is there anything else I need to tell you about? I've been having a decent, actually, time with this Coil Master juice bottle. And there's been a lot of talk about these being the same as the... what are they called? Flavour something or other. There is another one that looks exactly the same, but I think the one that looks exactly the same is only 10mm. I'm not entirely sure. It's also reminiscent of the UCAN as well, but as far as usage of it goes, if we can take that stuff out of the equation for a minute, using it is super easy. And the fact that Coilmaster are doing it now means that you can get these really, really simply. And especially, I think the one that this looks incredibly similar to, I don't know if it's produced anymore. So that has been an interesting little thing. And, you know, when you are using it to fill up bottles, having a little tiny drip needle like that on the end of it has made life nice and simple for some tanks especially. Is there anything else I need to go over with you crazy cats? I don't think there is. I found, oh, did I tell you what the other day I found, just out of nowhere, I was tidying up and I found some 22mm anarchist wire. I bloody love anarchist wire, but it's too expensive and I don't buy it. No, I think that's it. Yeah. Yes, there is. It's that little moment of going, oh, I forgot something really important. I don't think I have. I think that is it, ladies and gentlemen. So, this is 21 minutes. Look at this. This is going to be the quickest vlog ever. Thanks again for everybody who's said a whole bunch of nice things. As I mentioned earlier on, the singing video was just one that I thought was just a bit of fun, and it turns out it's had a crap ton of views and a lot of really nice comments. So thank you very much for that one. What have I been watching? Let's have a little look here. I haven't watched anything over the last day. Watched Damien's Bloody Good Waffle, number 19. That's always entertaining. He did a little bit of a Vape Jam vlog in there. That was good. Damien was also one of the guest hosts on the Ideal Home show last Thursday, which was cool of him, and it was great to hang out with him like that. What else? We've had obviously Mr. Todd did his vlog on Thursday. That's always worth watching. The Grim vlog that happened. There's not really a great deal I've been watching. Oh, Colin Furze, Furze. Now, not vape related in the slightest, but if you like people just doing bonkers things, Colin Furze is a Brit that just does just crazy daft things. He's done kind of mega engines in mobility scooters, and he's done a jet bike, and he's done all various bits and bobs. And at the minute, he's having a go at making a homemade hover bike. As you do. So he's mad as a box of frogs and awesome, but his channel is definitely worth watching out, and it is just Colin Furze, all Colin as you spell Colin, and then Furze. He's got 2 million subscribers, so he doesn't need the help, but he's very, very entertaining, and he's done things like make kind of like magnetic shoes so he can walk upside down and all that sort of stuff. Mad. There is another channel that I've been watching, The Hacksmith, which is very similar as well. He's made some pretty cool things, and like I say, not vape related, so sorry if you don't care, but I just found them really, really interesting. Is there anything else that I can see that's really kind of excited me this week? I don't think there is. It's just been a good old watch. Vaping V1CK has had a nice run of videos recently. He's always worth watching. A really nice guy, and way more professional than I am. So you know, that's always nice, and has come out. He's actually got his review of this bad boy is up already. So he's done that one. He got his before I got mine. Subtle like rude bastard. But no, I don't think there's a great deal else to tell you about. You know, there's just the regulars that I've been watching and enjoying. Is there anything else in the world that I need to tell you about at all? I really don't think there is. I gave my Ford Capri. I had a Capri. It's one of those things today where I realised that I'm very old, My spine's very broken, and I'm not going to rebuild a car the way I wanted to. So I've given that to my my sister-in-law and her fella Ryan, who are going to fix that bad boy up and get that up and running, which I'm extremely happy that it's going to get looked after and loved, but I'm also incredibly gutted that that I'm not the one doing it. The plans were to put a V8 in there, and marvellous. But yeah, it's matte black, had slot mags on it. It looked cool as fuck. It really did. Still does, obviously. But yeah, they're going to have a lot of love for that. Now, there isn't anything else. So, as I said at the start, I'm keeping this reasonable. Oh, you see, this is 20 odd minutes, but there's that other section I've got to add to it as well. So, just over half an hour, I imagine. Thanks very much for watching. I've been Dean the Vaping Biker. What am I going to sign off with? It's going to have to be the Squonker, isn't it? Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. I'm going to really try and pump out a bunch of videos this week for stuff that has been waiting for. I've been trying to get sorted out. Oh, by the way, we've also got this as well. This bad boy. There's a bunch of reviews out. As always, don't just rely on what I say about a product. Go and check out a whole bunch of reviews as well. There isn't anything else. My hair's a mess because it's Sunday. T-shirts, mugs, hats, all that sort of stuff. Vapingbiker.co.uk if you're really that interested. But that is actually it. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Dean the Vaping Biker. This has been a Sunday vlog. I'm going for a roast. Bye, have it large.
It's come to an end. I feel an obligation to start again.